So I'm officially a full 12 weeks. I'm still confused by my app. They're saying, I thought it was 12 weeks was your first trimester. But now it's saying the end of this week, I'll be done with my first trimester, which would be 13 full weeks. Whatever. Anyway, this is my current state of being. We had 2 photo shoots today and I'm just wiped. It's about 7 p.m. I have to say, like, I don't feel like the last few days, I don't feel like I need to like take naps as often or like lay down. Although I'm basically laying in my chair at the moment. And this week I just started feeling so puffy. Like, I've felt puffy because you retain a lot more water and obviously like everything is increasing. Your ribs are starting to expand, your hips starting to expand, your blood volume, everything, oxygen, like everything. But this is the first week I'm like, ooh, you know, like it's really starting to change, but it still doesn't necessarily look like a baby bump. So everything just looks like bigger. And it's just something I'm having to adjust with and accept and be okay with, because I know besides like my snacking, I've been snacking a lot, but I don't think my like total caloric intake is really any more than it was before. But like I just have been more of like a snacker, like a hippie, chippy. I've definitely eaten way more chips than normal. Sometimes like that's just what sounds good. I don't feel sick. I don't feel nauseous, nothing. Like I haven't had any morning sickness, but there's just certain things I'm like, that's what sounds good right now. That other thing doesn't sound good. But I've been trying to make sure I get primarily full, normal, nutritious meals to make sure I'm like hitting my protein, getting plenty of like iron and everything that I need. So that's my first trimester update. I look like puffy-eyed crazy today, but I had my first, and I say first because I can only assume there's gonna be other things that freaked me out, but like my first pregnancy scare today, and I lost it. A couple of things were going on, one of them including like spotting, which I haven't had any of throughout this whole pregnancy. So like obviously it's like really scary because you think of all of the horrible things that it could possibly be. But I talked to my doctor, called them. They have me just monitoring it from like now, like through tomorrow at least, to like seeing how I'm doing overnight and everything. And then if it's the same or worse or anything, then they'll have me come in. But they think just it's probably totally normal, because spotting can be completely normal and not be a problem at all. But obviously there's things to look out for, like cramping or excessive bleeding and that kind of stuff. So anyway, I feel peaceful about it now, but I just like lost it. I cried for so long, then I slept for like 2 hours, and it's just crazy how intense the feelings are and wanting to protect, and how much I already love this little guy and like just want him to be perfect and healthy, and just, yeah, it was crazy. This is like the only time I vlog. I'm sorry you guys, I look like trash. This little guy is for sure moving around. Like earlier this week, I felt like kind of some kicking things happening, and everyone said you feel flutters first, but like I never really felt much flutters. And then I felt my first flutters about 4 days ago, but like right now, like he's for sure moving. That is not gas. This is so crazy. Ryan's not here. I'm so sad. He's gonna be so sad. Not like he could actually feel it yet, probably, but it's so weird. Like there's a baby inside of me. It's so weird. It's like the coolest thing ever. And I know this is like minimal compared to what I'm gonna experience as this continues, but I'm like trying to let's see if I can get something. It's just little, but it's like, it felt like he was in there like literally kicking me. Wild. I was just waiting to film this check-in, and I want Ryan to come in. He's on a work call, and I was sitting at the table and just started yawning so much, you guys. Like it just comes out of nowhere, like literally out of nowhere. I felt so energized and good all day, and it's like 2 p.m. and it's always like 2 or 3 o'clock, and all of a sudden it's like And I thought I was past this because I had a couple of weeks in my second trimester where I was like, oh, okay, like I'm not feeling like I have to nap anymore in the afternoons. But this week, all of a sudden, like week 20 right now, just maybe a huge growth spurt. I don't know what's going on, but wow. So I'm gonna nap until Ryan's ready. It's been so long.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I realized that I've done like these random little clips of like just checking in with you guys and like film things along the way, but haven't like sat down and talked about anything.
That we're having a boy.
Yeah, we're having a boy. I know you guys saw that, but like really haven't like talked about anything and like feeling since really early on and finding out when we were pregnant. So a lot has happened and transpired since then, obviously. But most recently, finding out it's a boy.
Yeah, so before that, we did all of our testing.
Oh yeah.
We did all, and the testing was really nerve-wracking. If you've been pregnant or know somebody that has, you know, you might be aware of the blood tests, the chromosome tests, the measuring fluid behind the neck of the baby in the second, I think, ultrasound. That was all really very nerve-wracking for me because you have to wait, you know, a week at least to get the results back of these tests. And what they're testing for is if there's any possible conditions that they might have. They don't know for sure, but like when they do the measure behind the back of the neck, they test for potentially Down syndrome, which is scary, you know, that's scary. And then the chromosomes, a lot of different, like tons of stuff.
Things. And like a lot of these tests are optional. You don't have to do them. And there's like, these are like non-invasive tests and then there's invasive ones. So we decided to only do any non-invasive tests that are just like blood work because we figured like I'd rather be like equipped with knowledge. So like if there were any possibilities of risk, we could start educating ourselves on that. Luckily, everything has been like wonderful and fine. But yeah, those 2 weeks, I feel like you're normally such a rock and you were, but like you were like so quiet about it. And then Ryan randomly would be like, so have we gotten the results yet? Like, just out of the blue.
Well, I just wanted to make sure he was okay, or now we can say it was okay because, you know, it's scary. Just, you don't know what could be, and some of it's like chromosomal stuff. That would be our, you know, the combination of our chromosomes. What does that mean for them? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's, you know, we would be fine either way, and we just wanted to be informed. We were almost thinking that we just wouldn't do the test at all, but in the end, that didn't feel like the right decision because you don't want to get in a situation where you have the baby and then it's like, oh, this really exciting moment is like clouded by the way, you know, there's this really serious thing you're gonna have to start dealing with immediately. Yeah. So we didn't want that, and if it was going to be something that's just part of, you know, their life, then we would have to be ready for that and want to know on day one that we could take care of them the right way. But so far, anything could happen, but so far they've told us he's so totally healthy, which is amazing to find out.
Okay, so then just like, I mean, honestly, this has been the easiest pregnancy in the world, and I'm so blessed because the only thing that I've really dealt with is just tiredness. I think I'm a delight. I don't feel like I've had any mood swings. Mine is like random, like I laugh a lot easier, like at shows and stuff, and then I'll start crying. But besides that, I haven't had any crazy mood swings. No. I'm pumping myself up here. I think I might be nicer pregnant than normal, like PMS mood.
You're very nice all the time. It's kind of tough.
Okay.
Difficult to tell.
But it's been pretty easy for me, like physically. Obviously, mentally and emotionally, there's like a lot that you're constantly thinking about. But I feel like, I don't know, I think it's been so unique because you and I are so open about everything with each other too, that like a lot of guys, like I don't think experience the pregnancy in the same way that maybe you are with me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'll be true for a lot of things, like how we raise him, etc., because we are so connected and our, you know, our lives and schedules are the same. Yeah. So I think that'll be a good thing. Also, trying to figure out if easy pregnancy means easy baby. Maybe.
Or the opposite. Oh my God.
It seems like so far from people that we know, if they had an easy pregnancy, seems like their baby's been easier. If they had a hard pregnancy, seems like the baby's been really tough. So we are hoping that
I'm just hoping there's truth
plays out
in that. Yeah. And it's gonna be easy. He's gonna be chill. And
if you had an easy pregnancy or a hard pregnancy, let us know in the comments below which one you had, and then
your baby's temperament now.
Is your baby, was your,
like as a baby
early on, were they cool or were they not so cool?
Like, I know, like, it's gonna be hard regardless, but, like, and an adjustment.
Like, what we mean are they super colicky? Do they sleep well? You know, are they super fussy? I don't know. I'm curious if there's a correlation between that, at least if people think there is.
I was a very colicky baby, and I told Ryan, I feel like I still exhibit behavior. Like, I have to have my routine, like, my sleep cannot be disturbed, so I'm just praying that, like, I'm enough to
take care of this baby then.
So nice. I'm a lot to deal with already, so for you at least. Okay, but then with finding out it's boy, I always pictured having a boy. That is the only thing, if I ever thought about having a kid at some point in my life, it was always just a boy. Like, that made sense. But then the second I got pregnant, I started like picturing a girl, and I had a girl's name that I'm not gonna share because if we happen to have another kid someday and it's a girl, then I want to use this. But anyway, so then I was picturing a girl for a long time. But then I went back to boy when my mom came up with LBD because it sounded like masculine. So I think I just started calling it he all the time. But you were thinking girl still.
I always thought we were gonna have a girl just because I'm around so much feminine energy with Love So Fitness. You know, it's a team of all women. You all are women that you know Love So Fitness is created for. So it just seemed like, oh, of course it'll be a woman. But
you would be an amazing. I mean, you're gonna be an amazing dad regardless. You'd be an amazing girl dad for sure.
Yeah, but I think like once we found out it was a boy, I was thinking, wow, okay, I feel like a lot more of, I don't know, I don't want to say responsibility, but I feel like more of the way that we raise him or the things that he has to learn will come from me just innately. And I was like, oh, okay, that's a lot more to think about. You know, not that I was like, if it was a girl, it'd be like, okay, Katie, go ahead. But just, you know, as a girl, you're going to learn things from the mom, how to be a woman, right? And if it's a boy, they're gonna learn things from the dad more often, I think is usually the case. Which is good, because I told Katie, I was like, if it was a girl, I feel like she would end up being so nerdy and I'd feel so bad. She'd be like, oh, I love Star Wars and I'm super into basketball. And people would be like, okay, girl, whatever. And I just feel bad for her because it'd be unavoidable. But for a boy, I think that's great. And if he rolls that way or he doesn't, whatever. But the opportunity to share those things with him for me is going to be so fun. And now all the things I've been collecting in the garage, you're like, what are you holding these for? Boom. That's what I'm holding them for him to have.
I think one thing I was thinking about though is just the fact that like at being a woman and knowing what that entails, not that there's not going to be a laundry list of challenges raising a amazing boy, man, everything. But there's like a lot I'm like, oh gosh, I'm so glad we don't have to deal with that. Like going through like periods and all that stuff. I'm like, woo, you know, it's just a little easier.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I just feel like I would be so defensive of a little girl that
Bulldog
like,
Ryan would come out,
you know,
like
could get a little wild if there was ever any, you know, anyone ever gave her any issues. So it's like with the boy, we'll teach him how to be a great guy. We'll teach him how to handle himself, stand up for himself. I mean, still, we'll step in when need be, but like he'll be able to handle himself hopefully in a lot of situations. Not that a girl wouldn't be strong, but I feel like I would be much more likely to be like, hold on a second, like let me get in there and be there for you.
Right.
Which, yeah.
Anyway, needless to say, we're so happy. It's a little boy. Everyone thought in this clip, we'll try to show it, that you did this like happy dance, which is cute. And not that you didn't do a happy dance when you found out a boy, but really he was dancing away because he ate like a pound of the confetti. Just like went right in his mouth.
There was like wind blowing, so it was cool and everything, and it like was a neat scene. But right after, yeah, I just was consumed in the face with confetti and it was all in my mouth and I was like, ah! And I was like, I don't want to ruin this moment, so like, let me just like, let's push through this. But like, I went over to kiss Katie in the video.
Just blue.
And I was like, oh, confetti in my mouth. It was terrible.
It was pretty funny, but we're so excited. I'm officially over halfway there now. So we're in the second half of pregnancy. I'm like 21 weeks. And I'm starting to do the nursery and all of that stuff. So I will be better, I promise you guys, about having more regular updates. So it's not like
this whole chunk of time has passed, but I just thought it was time to like check in and share a little bit, show you kind of what's been going on behind the scenes. So if you guys like seeing these pregnancy journey vlogs, make sure you hit that thumbs up and comment down below, and just like tell me what other stuff you want to see from me or from both of us, because this is new for me. So I'm trying to share like what I think might be interesting, but I don't know, you guys know better like what you actually want to know about what's happening. And I have to show you the bump. Look, it started. Do you see it? My mom keeps making fun of me. She's like, it's barely there. I'm like, I know, but it's there.
Whoa.
Hi, buddy. That's so cute. And also, if you've missed any of the other videos from this journey, I have a whole playlist. So you guys can check that out too. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.